Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tradition Kitchens. I'm Julia, and I am so excited to have you here this evening, afternoon, morning, depending on where you're joining us from. Welcome you to turn on your video so that we can say hello to everybody. It's always great to see the community that we are cooking with. I have you on gallery view, which I highly recommend as the Brady Bunch style to say hello. Hi, Midori. Hi, Shri. Hi, Margaret. We have some returning friends of Tradition Kitchens. I see Karen and Sandra. So happy to have you here. We would love to know in the chat where you are joining us from. We invite people from all around the world to cook with us, and so it's always exciting. Midori is in Japan. Wonderful. We're so happy to have you. I know Margaret is in Massachusetts. We have Dina, great to see you again from Iowa City. So please let us know where you're joining us from. We also have a fun tradition at Tradition Kitchens where we do the kitchen cam and we have people introduce themselves. So we'd love to meet you and have you unmute and say hello to everyone. Aloha to Shri from Hawaii. Hi, Jill from Massachusetts. We've got Lily from Toronto and Christy from Washington. This is great. We're expecting over 100 people. Jess is back from Hawaii as well, and I see Sherry. So I'm gonna kitchen cam to Jessica Hildebrand. If you wanna get ready, I'm gonna spotlight you, and would you unmute and tell us where you're joining from?
Hi, I'm Jessica. I've met Na several times before, but I'm in Ohio. I'm super excited.
Wonderful. We're so glad she's waving in excitement. So you've been to her past classes before. Have you met
Yes.
Na in person yet? And have you traveled to Vietnam?
Not yet, but hopefully soon. Yeah.
Yes.
Love
We
her.
all would love it as things hopefully are opening back up where everyone lives. Cool. Well, welcome. I see Sherry is here from San Diego. Libby's joining us. I'm going to call out some names: Erica, Holly, Stephanie, Peg, Nicola, Elizabeth. It would be great to see you all on video. Peg is joining us also from Massachusetts. Libby, we'd love for you to unmute. I'm going to add you to the spotlight. And do you want to say hello and tell us where you're joining us from?
Sure. I am in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Wonderful. And have you been at a Tradition Kitchens before?
I have not. My cousin recommended it.
Cool. We love family recommendations. Thanks for being here. Are you cooking along or just taking notes tonight?
I'm going to take notes tonight.
Totally fine. We have lots of note takers, so glad you are here for future creation. We just hope that you'll tag us and let us know how it turned out when you make it. Let's see, I'm scanning the digital room and I'm gonna spotlight Jill and say hello if you wanna unmute. It's great to see you.
Hi guys, I'm Jill. I'm from Massachusetts. I see that there's a few other people from the area here, which is exciting. I have joined Tradition Kitchens before, but it's been too long, but I am a big Julia fan and try to join her events when I can.
You are so kind. I'm a big Jill fan, so the feeling is mutual. So happy to have you here. Thanks for being a member of our community. It's great to have you. Dina, you have visited and met Na. I think we're gonna have to ask you to say hello and tell us.
I don't know if we met her, but we visited her city and did a food tour.
Oh.
It was set up through like a tour company that our friend owned. So yeah, it was great.
Well, that is so cool that you've been to the village and hopefully, or the city, and hopefully you'll meet Na if you didn't run into her on your first trip. So cool. Love it. We've got 44 people here. We're about 5 minutes in. We always, we call it the standard time of whatever tradition you're in, which means, you know, people come a couple minutes late. It even happens in our digital lives. So I see Dave is here. Are you cooking along with us? May I kitchen cam spotlight you? Dave was at a class recently and was a terrific addition. Don't forget to unmute.
Yeah, this time I'm actually working while I cook. So I'm going to take notes because the timing happens to be while I'm still working. So I'll take notes. I know how awesome you guys are, so that's why I couldn't miss this.
Oh, we're so happy to have you. Well, we totally understand. Thank you for being here, and we are excited to see how everything turns out. Midori, I think you were the first one here, and I'm looking for you on Zoom to say hello. I think maybe we'll have you be our last intro, but you walked away. Midori is joining us from Japan. Do we have any of our friends from Australia here? We have a wonderful group of attendees, so please let us know if you're joining us. It's early in the morning there. And I think with that, oh, here's Midori. Midori, do you want to say hello? You always have something fun to say. Feel free to unmute. I'll spotlight you.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning, good evening.
Yes, I'm joined from the Kyoto, Japan. And the Kyoto is morning.
Yes, well,
Yes.
we're so glad you're here. Thanks for returning. You are
Yeah.
getting a great attendance record for coming to so many classes. And I know you teach,
you.
too, right? You teach.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm very excited and joined to the class today.
Happy to have you
Thank
here.
you.
Thanks for being here. All right, everyone, we are going to kick off. Thank you for making time to spend, whether it's morning or evening, wherever you are, afternoon. We're so grateful to have you part of the Tradition Kitchens community. I'm Julia. My mom and I started this project over 2.5 years ago. This is like class 90. I really need to be better at counting, but we're approaching 100 classes, which is super exciting. We're all volunteer led, so all of our teachers share their time and all of you come as our guests. We really believe in creating community, connecting with each other. So I want to invite you to use the chat, but remind you to be respectful of each other and our teacher, knowing that we will all cook at our own pace and we will save time, but I'll bundle questions together. We may not get to every question right away, but we will save time at the end to be able to answer anything you are curious about. So we encourage you, if you haven't introduced yourself in the chat, please do so. I also am seeing a lot of black squares with white letters, which is always sad for me because I like to know who's here. So I want to invite you to flip on your video. There we go. I see Parul here and I see some other familiar names, but please, this is all about, this is my fake kitchen behind me, by the way. I've redecorated many times throughout COVID virtually. So put up a fake kitchen. If you can, do a virtual background. Blair, great to see you on video. We know everyone's in a different space and we totally understand. So I want to kick us off with our selfie. So if you want to be in our picture, turn on your camera. It's our Zoom selfie. It's a fun way to capture the 46 of us who are here. So I'll give everyone a moment to flip that on. Erica, Nicola, Elizabeth, thanks for turning on the camera. Christy and Jess, whoever wants to join us, you are most welcome. Here comes Sandra, I think, maybe. All right, I'm going to count us down. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm going to take one more in case anybody closed their eyes. Sometimes that happens, including myself. So 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. All right. I'm so thrilled to welcome Na back. She taught with us in December and it was such a wonderful experience. We're grateful to have her and to learn from her and her amazing story and dish. Before I turn it over to Na, I just want to acknowledge what is going on in the world right now and that we are thinking of the people of Ukraine. And we want to encourage any of you who want to support people who are refugees and in a really tough situation right now to consider supporting them in whatever way is meaningful to you. So I'm going to put a link in the chat, and for the next hopefully couple of days, gosh, we all hope this conflict ends sooner rather than later. We are raising funds for Jose Andres' organization called World Central Kitchen. So it's a wonderful group that goes in and employs local chefs and cooks and offers meals for people who are hungry in crisis situations. So I'll put a link to our community fundraiser. That's one suggestion. We encourage you, if you're able, to give to any cause that's helping people in Ukraine right now. So thank you for letting me share that message, and appreciate you all taking time this evening away from everything happening in the world to enjoy some time with Na from Vietnam. So Na, thank you so much. I'm really happy to have you. I'm going to pin you and your amazing food that you have gathered in front of you. So I'm going to disappear. Everyone, we will be, if you can't see right now, give me 1 second, because I'm just putting it up on screen. So Na, the virtual kitchen is yours.
Hi, everyone.
Yep, we have you.
Yep. Okay, so welcome to Vietnamese Kitchens. I have been teaching the class in December, and thank Julia, thank everyone for coming today. Today together, we're gonna cook Vietnamese banh mi, is Vietnamese style baguette. And firstly, before I go to show you that where I'm located right now in Vietnam. So here Vietnam in the map, and we border to China up here. Yeah. And then this side we have Laos, and down here we have Cambodia. Yeah, and most of the city we face to the ocean. Vietnam, we're located in North-South Asia, and we divide our country into 3 parts. The north of Vietnam, including the capital, Hanoi is the capital. Yep. And the center here, I live right in the middle of the center. Hoi An City is the city where I live. Down to the south, we have the biggest area growing rice and coffee to export to the world, and also the main area grow vegetable, flower, and fruit for the whole country. This is also had the biggest city of Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh City, or some people know as Saigon City in the world town. Yeah, Saigon City is like iconic and the dreamland that everybody want to travel there. And in the center, that during the rainy season, we had to suffer a lot of natural disaster like typhoon, storm, and flood. So we had to rely on the vegetable from the south and the north. But right now, at the beginning of the spring in Hoi An, so we can grow a lot of like rice and vegetable. At the end of the class, if we still have time, I will take you a look around the village where I live. Okay. So yeah, just write down on the comment if you have any question. Now, firstly, to start, we will make the pickle. That I have 100 grams of carrot and 100 grams of radish, daikon, white radish or daikon. Yeah, so it doesn't matter. Sometimes you don't need to measure it, just like random uses, and we will put the pickling later. So we will need to cut them into matchstick size. Sometimes you can use the red radish or watermelon radish. So you can have some color with it, the slices, and then cut them into matchstick. This one, we can keep this in our fridge for 1 week. Sometimes 2 weeks, so it doesn't matter that we make a lot today. This is the side. Okay, we need to put them in a bowl. We will cut the same side with our carrot too. So, baguette were introduced to Vietnam by French when they come here for colonize in the middle 19th century, and it becomes staple food in the early 20th century. And right now, banh mi become very famous dish in the world by the side of phở that everybody know as Vietnamese cuisine. Very happy to have that. So, in the old time, banh mi is only popular down to the south where French and located there. So they call banh mi. Banh is mean bread, and mi is mean wheat flour. But in the north, they will call bánh tay. It means Western bread or Western cake. So after the war, the North people, they took traveling down and immigrate to the South. And then they have changed to try banh mi. After that, they try to put more stuff inside and create banh mi with the meat in the filling. Okay. And then from that till now, we create a lot of dish. So actually banh mi is very easy to make, that you just put very flexible, that you can change any kind of protein you would like to put in your baguette. Okay, so right now I already have daikon and carrot mixed together in one bowl. We're gonna add 1 teaspoon of salt.
Tina, do you have a favorite kind of salt that you like? Is it like a sea salt, or in the US we have something called kosher salt?
Yeah, well, I often use sea salt. Yes. Okay, then we mix it up.
Who is that? Is
Yes.
that your son saying hello? He wants to teach.
Yeah, he want to say good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Okay, mom had to work. All right, just mix it up, and then we will leave it rest for 20 minutes. This very simple pickle to go. Okay, then next one, we're gonna move to our nuts. We have 3 kinds of nuts. You are welcome to use another kind of nut if you're not a big fan of one of these kind of nut in the list today of us. We have cashew nut, almond, and walnut. Okay, so we're gonna toast them a little bit. I know sometime in the store that is already toast, but just to make sure, we toast that again to bring more flavor. We are moving to make party right now, vegan party. So we put the walnuts on the nut together in the pan and toast it until it has some burn mark. We go with medium heat, please, medium heat. And this party today, we actually will make a lot for only 1 serving today, but because it can last like 2 weeks in your fridge, so why not to make more? Sometimes if you're lazy, you don't want to make tofu, just paste it party into your bread, and that's something new for morning breakfast. Okay, just toast it. While we leave our nut toast here, we're gonna need to repair our blender, please. Today we will use 2 blender. This one for the nuts, the small one, and this one for the base later. We're gonna put more liquid inside. Okay. So in Vietnam, vegan food is very popular. Actually, that my mother-in-law and my 2 sisters-in-law are vegan for 40 years. And people who are follow Buddhist, we have 2 days of vegetarian day per month, follow lunar calendar. It's because our religions. Most of us are Buddhist. So the common religions in Vietnam are Buddhist, and the second one is Catholic. But right now, most of the population in Vietnam is no regions. And Buddhist should have deep roots in our cultures. So, and when you travel to Vietnam, it's really nice that you only add magic word into your dish that you want to try, and then it will turn to vegetarian one. Chay, C-H-A-Y, chay. So example, today we have banh mi. And if you add the word chay in, we have bánh mì chay. It means that you have vegan version. If you want to have phở, yeah, you put phở chay. And then you have vegan one. If you want to have like, sometimes they have barbecue pork. I know this is like pre-tamed pork, but yeah, add the word chay in, and then you have bún thịt nướng chay. It's very nice that the chef who cook vegan food, they try to turn tofu skin and tofu and rice and wheat flour into a different shape or different textures, so you can have many different dishes. So it's not getting boring if you are vegan for like a whole month. Okay. nuts have nice color right now. We put them into the small blender. So the 2 days of vegan days in Vietnam, that the full moon days and the first day of the month follow lunar calendar. At that day, most of the vendor in Vietnam, they will turn to sell vegan food. So someday, if you live here like for 1 week, go down the street, you will see many vendor selling different things. They will sell in meat version, but then until the full moon day, they will turn to sell vegan food because most of the people just eat vegan that day. Also, the fish market and the meat market will close for that day too. Yeah, J, C-H-I-Y-A-Y. All right, put it in and then blend it, please. I'm gonna unmute myself a little bit so I can. Okay, we just blend it until it's smooth. There we go. If you don't like the crumble in your pate, to blend them until it's smooth. I love to have some big piece, so I leave it like this. There we go. Leave our nut by the side. And the next one, we're gonna need a quarter onion, just like normal brown onion. Okay, we just dice them into smaller size. Easy. Sometimes you can change to use shallot or garlic. But actually, when we cook vegan food in Vietnam, my mother-in-law, she's very strict, very serious. So she not use garlic, shallot, and sometimes no onion too. But onion so-so, but no garlic and shallot. Garlic and shallot, totally. Yeah. It's like kind of religions that they don't want garlic in their food. Okay. So we have nuts blended, we have onion diced. Next one, we're gonna move to our pan. We need a saucepan, a small one. We also need vegetable oil, everybody. Just any kind of vegetable you have in your kitchen. And then we have 50 grams of silk tofu. 50 grams of silk tofu. For the seasoning, I will ask for vegetable seasoning powder. If you don't have them today, feel okay to use salt instead of. We also need sugar and soy sauce. Okay. Again, let's see what I have here again. All right, sugar, tofu, nut, seasoning powder, onion, and oil. Okay, turn on the heat and maximum, please. We have 50 milliliters of oil or about 3 tablespoons. There we go, 3 tablespoons of oil. Then we put our onion in. We wait until our onion is golden brown, everybody. So usually in Vietnam, we cook 2 times a day, one for lunch and one for dinner. Breakfast, we always eating out. And sometimes, you know, when you lay banh mi, it is a good joy for you to take it and then quick go to the workplace. It's so easy to get in Vietnam. You only need to stop by the bánh mì vendor and then order one. After 2 minutes, you got one ready to go. So Vietnamese baguette is usually we're not bake at home because baking in Vietnam is quite fancy. Not many kitchens have their own oven, so we always have to go to the bakery, the local bakery, only baking baguette, bánh mì. And they often bake twice a day because due to our climate, the baguette is sell fast. So they bake in the early morning and they bake in the afternoon. All right, right now our onion is turned to golden brown. We're gonna add our tofu in. And then we break it into smaller pieces. Not necessary to break them too small because anyway, we will blend it later. So just random break it. And then we add the nuts in. There we go. Mix it up.
Nah, did you see the question about the type of tofu? I'm sorry, I had to step away for a
Oh,
moment.
yes. This
Okay.
is the silk tofu. Yes, silk tofu. The firm tofu, right now, we already have them deep fried, right? If you're not fried them yet, you're gonna need to fry them now, please. So pan fry them until they have some golden brown on the outside. Sometimes if you don't like the textures that, you can use the firm tofu only, don't need to pan fry. But usually I went to the market and then some vendors sell them already fried. Yeah. So. All right. After you put the nuts in, we stir them for about 1 minute. And then we turn the heat off. Everybody turn the heat off. Yeah, that's the same one. Yeah, that's the same one, sir. Okay, after we have the base here ready, we're gonna make the seasoning for it. We have 1 teaspoon of sugar, please. 1 teaspoon of sugar. And then 1 teaspoon of seasoning powder. Or if you use salt, we should use a pinch. There we go. Then we have 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. So if some people don't like to have soy sauce in your diet, you can use tamarind or you can use coconut minot. Yeah, okay. Mix it up. That's done for our seasoning. We have 1 teaspoon of sugar, 1 teaspoon of seasoning powder, and then 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. All right, now we need our big blender. Put everything into the big blender. Usually we not cook bánh mì at home because it's quite simple to make, but because there's so many ingredients and so many steps to go through. And we have really good bánh mì store here. So that's why we not often make it at home.
Hey, Na, there's a request to see your soy sauce. Could you hold it up for us?
Yeah, are you Maggie?
Maggi, Maggi. Okay. I know there's all sorts of different brands depending on where people live. So we'll have to look at this one.
Yes.
Thank you.
So actually that sometimes this one bring sometimes some people already taste Vietnamese banh mi, and you will know that it has some really unique flavor. It's come out from this sauce. But sometimes it doesn't matter if you like someday you don't have, it's not easy to find in your supermarket. Just use, I forgot the name of that. Kikkoman. Kikkoman is also good.
Very popular.
The Japanese is saltier, Chinese a little bit. Chinese is quite mild, and Japanese sometimes when I have kikkoman, it's very strong. So it means that you have to use more sugar in the recipe to balance, because always when we're cooking, we think about yin and yang, the balance. We don't want it too salty. Or you can reduce the soy sauce in the recipe. Okay. After we have all the paste in the pan in our blender, we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of cacao powder. This one is used to give your pate a nice color. 1 teaspoon of cacao powder. And then half teaspoon of pepper. This is black pepper, half teaspoon. And then we have 100 milliliter of whipping cream, 150 milliliter of whipping cream. If you don't like whipping cream or you're allergic with dairy, you can use coconut milk instead. This one is the liquid for our pate and support the blender to work. Okay. Now we cover and blend it until oh, I forgot one more ingredient, that 20 grams of butter. This is unsalted butter, 20 grams. Okay, that's it. Now we cover and blend it, please.
I'm just gonna take a look around and see how everyone's doing, who's cooking along. I think Jess, you might be cooking, and Jessica and Elisa, I see you in kitchen. So let us know how it's going. Give us a thumbs up. All right, good signs. Jess is having trouble keeping up. Let us know what questions we can answer for you. Anything right now, or you wanna unmute? Okay. All right.
Which step are you right now, Jess?
I am just finishing chopping the stuff for the pickle, and my nuts are done. So I have to start the saute pan with everything still.
Yeah. No worry, gonna slow down. We're gonna talk a little bit so you can catch up. Take time.
Amazing.
No worry.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, did you need to repeat the ingredient in the pan? I'm willing to do that. It seems like the pate should be used in a lot of. Yeah, the pate I often only use in banh mi, or sometimes I spread them on the top of the bread, or sometimes it like sandwich in the middle and then ready to go. Yeah, sometimes if you run out of pickle, and as I say with you that the pickle can last like about 2 weeks in your fridge. And also tofu today we make a lot too. It's a lot for 1 or 2 serving. Usually we have to make this much. So it can last for next 2 or 3 days, and you can serve for your family next morning as well. Okay. This is the paste after we blend it. Right now you can eat this pate already. But sometimes I would love to bake them a little bit. And today we're gonna bake them and also leave them longer time so it's gonna thicken. Usually I make this one at night time and leave them in the fridge overnight. And then tomorrow morning I can have the thick textures because now it's quite liquid. Yeah. All right, so we have So Jess, are you okay there? Good. How about you, Jessica? Thank you. Okay. After 20-minute rest, our pickle now turn out soft and let's have a pool of water come out here in the bottom of the bowl. Sometimes you can check it like this. You pick up one daikon and bang it. If it's not break, it's mean it's ready to go. Sometimes when you eat the raw radish, without this step, it's quite strong flavor and sometimes bitter for some people. So with this way, we're gonna reduce that flavor. Right now, we're gonna need to wash our daikon and pickle because it's too much sauce here. I don't want that much of salty in the pickle. We wash and rinse. And just if you only done that, you will need to wait a bit longer until you check the textures. If it's soft, it's ready to go. Okay. Wash it, please. In Hoi An, the city, the town that where I live, we often have ceremony for full moon day. When I live with my mom, I have 10 days of vegan day per month. But then when I'm married, I live with my husband, and because of my job, I have to go with my guest. I'm a tour guide. Me and my husband, we both tour guide. Yeah. So because of my job, I have traveling a lot, and I cannot find out vegan food if it's not special day. Sometimes it's difficult. I have to eat whatever the restaurant bring to me. So I asked my mom, so Mike, I can only like 2 days. And she said, yes, if it's come from your heart, it's okay. Everything is okay. But we try at least 2 days a month. And that day we not kill up any animal. So, and at nighttime, we also offer for our ancestors in the altar with flower, fruit, and incense. Okay. After you have the base here in the liquid in the blender, I'm gonna need to ask you a mode to bake it. Yeah, you can skip it if you don't want to bake your pate today. And we also need to turn on our oven into 200 degrees Celsius. Please. We put our paste in the mold. With the nuts in the pan, just we don't need to cook them long, just very quick. The most important step is you have to wait till the onion is golden brown. And then the other thing, just easy put in, stir them for a few stir, and then that's it. The onion, when it brown in the pan, is gives your pate more flavor. There we go.
Rosabelle has a question about why are ancestors honored on full moon days?
Oh, why are you okay? Full moon day. Yeah. So it is super season. And when the moon is full, and we believe that our ancestor can come back and visit us for one time a month. And that's why we're offering and wish and like pray something so they can support our family. And actually it's a deep root a long time ago when our ancestor choose 1 day, 2 days per month to offer. So honor the next generation is come follow. So this is a long time custom already, and it's happening passed for generation to generation. Yeah, I don't know like when they start that, but like very long time ago. And every families have to offer. And if you're traveling to Vietnam and Full Moon Day, you will see that a lot of people have put the table in the front of the house and are burning something in the front of house, like fake money, fake paper, a piece of fake gold. And we believe that if we burn that completely, it's going to go to heaven, and that the way we transfer money and thing to our ancestor. It's kind of super season, you know, that Asia is always super season, right? Yeah. Okay. After you have this in your mouth, we're gonna put them into oven and then bake them until it have some dark color in the surface. It takes about 7 minutes. Okay, I'm really also my husband told me about Mexican food tour. Yeah. When you travel to Vietnam, I always highly recommend you to try street food tour, because that's the best way to explore new cultures. And actually that Vietnam will divide our cuisine into 3 parts: north, south, and the center. It's always have very different cuisine. We also have different dialects. So don't try to learn Vietnamese from me, because I come from the center. I have our own dialect. And when I travel to the north and south, they cannot understand me, even I speak Vietnamese. It's kind of like in UK, they have Queen accent and the Scotland accent. It is the same way. Yeah. All right. Which step are you right now, Jess? Are you okay there? Getting there. Okay, thank you. Now we come back with our pickle, everybody. After we wash the salt inside, after we wash and rinse. Now we need sugar. We need 1/4 of sugar, a 1/4 cup. So right, sometimes you have a smaller cup. What the temperature is of the oven? Yeah, it's 200 Celsius. 200 Celsius. About, I don't know how much that's.
Jill just figured it out. Thank you, Jill.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So in my 1/4 cup is 60 milliliter. If you have smaller cup, you're gonna use tablespoon to measure it. We have 5 tablespoons. Okay, a 1/4 cup of sugar.
I love how you cut the vegetables. They just look so pretty. It's a very nice way.
And then we have 1/4 cup of rice vinegar, or you can use any kind of vinegar you have there. To add the acid, okay, the sour textures. Then one more thing that we have a 1/4 cup, 60 milliliters of water. And the liquid in our pickle is have to be enough to cover your pickle. Just go with 1-1-1 until you have enough liquid to cover your pickle. We only use this slide today, and the rest I will put them in a container and keep them in fridge so it can last for 2 weeks. There we go, pickle ready. It will ready in the next 20 minutes when we're done everything. So leave them by the side, please. Okay, we're almost done now, everybody. We have pickle ready. We have the pate are baking in oven. And right now we move to our leek. I have 50 grams of leek. We only use the white parts of leek. Just gentle, easy slice them. Yeah, so because of our religions, also for New Year, we celebrate Lunar New Year. What brand knife are you use? Is one come from Japan. Yeah, Sato from Japan, please. SATO. Yeah. With me, is the knife is not too important. That the most important is we have to sharpen the knife every week. That's my husband's job, so he will do everything ready for me. Make sure the knife is sharp. Sometimes for leek it's easy to slice, but sometimes if you work with lemongrass, it's very difficult to slice. And if you have good knife, easy to go then. Okay. So we celebrate Lunar New Year in Vietnam, and it follows lunar calendar. It means this year is come at the 1st February, and we celebrate Lion Years. And it means that the first day of the year is also the first days of moon revolution. And as I say with you that we have 2 days of vegetarian, it means that the first day of year, we not kill any animal. And everybody in Vietnam just eat vegan food for that day. Okay, we slice 50 grams of leek. Just please come back and look at your pate in the oven, please. Make sure it have some burn mark. If it start to have some burn mark, take it out. Not yet, keep it leave it longer. So with vegan banh mi, sometime in Vietnam, the vendors is only sell one dish, but the best version ever. And sometimes most of the vendors selling banh mi, they only sell meat, and they only sell a vegetarian one in the special day, that the full moon. Knife, S-A-T-O. Sato knife. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So sometimes when you just come in and order vegan one, sometimes they cannot give you the tofu, satay tofu that we make today. They will put another ingredient like sometimes some people can eat egg in vegan day. But my mother-in-law, she very strict. She not eat egg evenly. You have never heard it about the knife, Miri?
Yeah, the knife.
Yeah, I don't know. This is my friend gift, so just use it.
Very nice. Yeah.
When storing the leftover pickle, can you recommend the glass or the plastic? I often use the plastic, please. Oh, sorry, the glass, sorry. Because they have acid, so we should put them in the glass. Okay. Can you catch up now, Jess? I thought things. Okay. Good. Just let me know which step are you doing now. Thank you. Okay, perfect. We have tofu. Now we move to our tofu. We have leek already sliced. We have the tofu already frying. Yeah. Give me more questions if you need more information about cultures. I really don't know that which side of my culture you are curious about.
I would love to learn about, as you're cooking, if it's not interrupting, but could you share with everyone what sparked your passion for food and cooking and sharing stories through food, like you have been doing with us, and also your tours?
Oh, yes. Me and my husband, we start a Korean company that our family business since 2011. And then we have online cooking class in person at my house. My husband also run the street food tour in Hoi An. It's have many street food tour in Hoi An, but yeah, we starting there. So, but 2 years ago, when you use,
Oh, it looks like Sherry found the knife. If anyone,
Yes, that one, the same one. Yep.
cool. Very particular. It just like definitely a beautiful way to slice. I admire that.
Thank you. Yeah. So 2 years ago with the pandemic, everything is shut down. We closed the border and we don't have any tourists. Actually, my class is only for foreigner visitor, because foreigner tourists, because most of Vietnamese women, they already know how to cook and they don't want some Vietnamese show them how to cook. That's why it's not popular class in Vietnam. They're only looking for baking class. Yeah, because they, as I say, not many people have oven in the kitchen, and baking is quite expensive. So baking is probably very new for most of Vietnamese women. I'm starting to bake as well, but sometimes it's very difficult for me to find the ingredients. Everything I have to order online of the city nearby my city, Da Nang, because it's bigger. Yeah. So, and then in 2020, I start to run online cooking class, but because in 2020, my house were built that time, and I don't have space to run the class. I have to start to selling sandwiches, because to keep our family running, you know, without income, it's very difficult. They start for class. Yeah. It's very difficult to run, keep the family run. I have children, 4 years old son, and also have dog. That wife had to keep moving. So we both, because me and my husband, we both two guys, we both have no job. So I'm starting selling sandwiches for students in the morning. Usually in the morning, school in Vietnam start very early at 6:45 for the secondary school. So I wake up at around 4 a.m. cooking everything, bring them to the place that I'm set up my business, and yeah, just run that until my friend sent me the link that Airbnb do something great there. So that why I turned my class to online, and very appreciate that my friend shared me that information. And also thank to every single people. Jessica was my first customer in the class, and she's still here and now join me in several class, and we'll become friends. I'm so grateful that you were my first luck customer, Jessica. Thank you. Yeah, right now with a long journey, nearly 1 year already, I got 200 review. Really good for me. Is a new goal for me, is that I hit to 300 next. Okay, I'm sure that, are you catch up now, Jess? Perfect, thank you. Now we have leek ready, we have tofu ready. Next step, we're gonna need to make the sauce. We need a bowl, everybody, a small bowl. Then we have 2 teaspoons of sugar in the bowl. 1, 2 teaspoons of sugar in the bowl. Okay, there we go. And then 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. 2. If you use Kikkoman, you will use less. If you use Kikkoman, you will need to use about 1.5 tablespoons. Okay, I have 1 mix set in my ingredient list that I write out 2 tablespoons soy sauce. Please help me to add in 1 more tablespoon. That 3 tablespoons in the sauce. Okay, and then we have 1 tablespoon of sriracha. This is sriracha in Vietnam, is quite different color, but actually it brings the heat. If you don't like spicy, you can use ketchup instead of. 1 tablespoon, please.
No way, ketchup. I had no idea.
Yes.
Secret. Although I think my grandma used to like use a lot of ketchup because it has like a sweet flavor, so it could be used. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes when I cook for my son now he starts to eat spicy thing already. So 1 tablespoon of sriracha is okay for him. But at the beginning step, I'm gonna use ketchup instead of, and he's addicted with tofu. So Every day he asks me for tofu. He's a very picky man boy. He don't like vegetable, no meat. He's make me eat vegetarian for the whole 9 months when he in my womb. Yeah, I just feel sick when I eat food meat. So, all right, we got 2 teaspoons of sugar, 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of sriracha or ketchup for substitute. Then we have 5 spice powder. Yeah, this is kind of like Chinese 5 spice powder. They often use them to marinate for the meat. Yeah. If you don't have this one or not available in your grocery store, you can make it yourself. It's 5 ingredients: that fennel, cinnamon powder, cinnamon powder, cloves powder, star anise, and peppercorn. 5. Okay.
Do I hear birds in the background? Not at your house?
Yes,
Oh.
that in the mornings, the burden with the same sauce, sriracha, chili sauce. Sriracha, yeah, sriracha is the same thing, only different level spicy. So sriracha is kind of more spicy. Okay. We need a 1/4 teaspoon of 5 spice powder. If you don't have today, it's okay, just skip it. All right. It's worked really well with tofu. And then we also have a quarter cup of water. That's 60 milliliter. Okay. And then pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. There we go, the sauce is ready. Okay, I'm gonna go over that again. 2 teaspoons of sugar, 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of sriracha or ketchup, a 1/4 cup or 60 milliliter of water, a 1/4 teaspoon of 5 spice powder. Okay, there we go. We got everything. Leek, sauce, tofu, and then we need a saucepan. A frying pan, and also vegetable oil. Today I use soybean oil. You can use canola oil, sunflower, canola, any kind of vegetable oil you have there. Okay, can we go now? We turn on the heat in maximum, please. And then we add 1 tablespoon of oil. All right. Double check your pate, please. Double check your pate. My one is ready, so I'm going to take it out. Okay, this is what we're looking for. Have some brown color on the surface. Yeah, and right now we need to wait them until it's cooled down, and then we can keep it in the fridge. Right now the texture is quite creamy, not too thick, but after 1 night in your fridge, it's become thicker and easy to paste into your bread. Okay. Come back with a pan. We put 1 tablespoon of oil into the pan. Then we put the leek in. Okay, and we wait until leek to turn the color come to golden brown. It would need a while. You don't need to stay there and wait until that moment. We can start to move to the next step. Just leave them there. Our next step is we prepare our cucumber. Yeah, for the cucumber, just cut them in the same length of your bread. There we go. We only need one slice for our cucumber, for our bread today. If you make 2 servings, make 2. Okay, cut in half, and then got 1 slice. That's it. Okay, and then come back with our pan. The lid is start to golden brown now. Mix it up. Very nice smell. We don't need to wait until all of the lid is golden brown. We only need to have some is golden brown. Then we add the sauce in. The sauce in. And then we add 400 grams of tofu topped or fried. That's it. So now we can mix them until the sauce is condensed. Easy and simple. So usually in vegan day, Vietnamese people, we have to cook the daily meal with tofu. And this is the one that's very common in Vietnam. And so sometimes I have this one left over for my last meal. So I'm gonna use them and put them in bread. Usually by the side of rice, my sauce is mixing something. Here's what, 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 teaspoons of sugar, a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, a 1/4 teaspoon of spice powder, and a 1/4 cup of water. 1/4 cup. $60 milliliters. Yeah. What else can I put this sauce on? You can use this sauce to stir fry your vegetable or mushroom. Mushroom is good option, right? King oyster mushroom, shiitake, or broccoli. Just kind of mix all the vegetable together. This sauce is combined very well. All right, just keep mix it until the sauce is condensed. We don't want all of the sauce to dehydrate. We want to leave about 2 tablespoons of raw sauce on the bottom so we can use them in our bread. Okay, well done. Turn the heat off. There we go. Very simple to go. Usually cooking 2 times a day, you don't want to stay in the kitchen for the whole day. You want everything simple. Yeah. So this is only take about 5 minutes if you have the tofu ready from the grocery. Okay, gonna go over again. We got the pan and then we got 1 tablespoon of oil inside. We wait until and then we add the lid and then we wait until the lid is golden brown. Then you add the sauce in and then you add the tofu in. Cook until it's condensed. Ready. Okay, we got everything now. We got the pickle. We got the pate. Got the tofu. It's time to plating. All right, so I have 1 slice of cucumber here. I also add jalapeno chili. So if you don't like fresh chili, you can use sriracha instead of. But most of Vietnamese local fast people would love to have jalapeno slice in our baguette. So thin slice them. There we go.
Get ready for the spice.
Yeah.
Clear out your sinuses. Kathy has a question. What about lemongrass? Do you add that as well?
Oh, I think I fixed the recipe already, right, Julia? The second one, I didn't ask for lemongrass.
Okay. No worries. Could you add it if someone likes lemongrass?
Yes, you can add the lemongrass into the tofu if someone like that. So by the side of the leek, you finally chop your lemongrass and then put them together with leek. And do you use soybean oil? Yes, I use soybean oil as well. And don't need to put much of oil inside the pan, just like enough to cover the pan, and then pan fry your tofu until it's brown in the one side, and then flip it over to fry the other side. Yeah. Again, yeah, if you like lemongrass, just slice them, and we only need the root one, the big part. And then we slice this and then stir fry them together with the leek by the side until it smells good. And on the rest of the step, it's the same. Okay. I've already the first recipe when I sent to Julia, I add lemongrass, but then I think, oh wait, most of people cannot find it worldwide, so to use leeks for substitute, so it's easier. There we go. Without spring onion, I'm gonna follow my bread link, and I will only use one. Sometimes I like to slice them because after you take a bite, you're gonna take out all of the whole thing of spring onion out. So when I serve a lady, I love to slice them in smaller because the lady has small bites. So to slice them smaller, so it's easy. This is the green one. Okay, we have cucumber, chili, spring onion, and then coriander. Just cut them in smaller size. There we go. For our pickle, you don't want the liquid. You only want the pickle because we don't want it a soggy bread. All right. That's all inside our bread. Don't forget mayo. Okay, and the pate. All right, time to plating. This is it. Sometimes it depends on the chef. Yeah.
If not is able to share all the directions, we will include it, but it's not always required. So we'll talk more about it afterwards.
And recipe decorate.
What is Japanese mayo? Kewpie? Michelle? is
Yes.
asking.
A very popular pie here, Michael. How long was the pate bake? You have to wait until, so it's not have the same time for the pate. It depends on the thing that you hold the pate. You have to come back and look at the surface. It has some brown color on the surface. It's time to take out because actually that our pate already cooked, and you don't need to wait until it's like cook it through. We only need to have some more extra flavor and the brown color on the surface. That's it. And actually that pate, after you blend it, you can eat that after that already. So we have two ways, eat direct or bake it a little bit. Yeah, thank you. I'm not baking myself. I just come to the bakery. So in Hoi An, we have very famous bakery. Haven't you heard about, not Gordon Ramsay, the chef called Anthony Bourdain? Yeah, he went to Hoi An one time, and in his show, no reservation, he's had a show in Hoi An and said to the world that Hoi An had the best baguette he ever tasted. I'm not able to show you that lady recipe. My husband actually very good friend with her, but you know, that's a secret one and nobody can know that secret recipe. But my mom also does banh for make income for living. So most of my recipe in banh mi is from my mother. Yeah. I noticed in the store, I get a lot of. Yes, actually, I say at the beginning that French bring baguette, introduced baguette to Vietnam when they were here for colonized. And with me, I think this is a good way when you got something from the colonized nations and then turn it to your famous dish, because now people know at Banh Mi, that Vietnamese one. Yeah, so it's kind of positive way to think about a very bad time we passed. Yeah. So actually that I get this banh mi come from the bakery that the ladies who famous for banh mi. Her name is Phượng. Banh mi Phượng is very famous in Hoi An, and it's in the show of Anthony Bourdain. And she have her store located nearby the bakery because she wants to get the fresh baguette every half an hour. So the key point is the baguette.
That is so cool. I love it. This is fun. Oh, Dave is giving us some French and we're learning from Na. So how does it look? How do you put it all together? Show us. I know you're going to plate it for us, right?
Okay, yes, for sure. So with the bread, we're going to cut it, but we don't want to cut it through. We want to keep the hinge on the back, please. So this is the inside of the bread. It's soft, it's fluffy, and not too. It have like soft curd on the outside. So when you're looking for bread, we need to looking for the soft curd outside. Don't want too thick because when you take a bite, it's gonna hurt your top of mouth. Yeah, banh mi should not hurt. Okay. Then we got pate in one side of bread. Try to spread it all along so we can got every bite. We got pate on the ingredient, and then we have the other side. We have our mayo. Okay, mayo and pate done. Now in the side of the mayo, I would love to put a little bit of salt, just a little bit. And in the other side of the pate, I put some soy sauce. Just a few drops. There we go. And then we put the other ingredient in. We have slice of cucumber, some pickle, and then all of those coriander. Don't forget the spring onion. Okay, and then we move to the pan, the tofu pan that we got tofu here. If you have big cut of tofu, you can use the scissor or knife, cut in half, and easy to stuff into your baguette. Put the tofu in. And then got a spoon. Don't forget the salt and the lid on the bottom. That's the best part. 1 tablespoon of leek and sauce, right direct in the tofu pot. Okay, and then we have syrup of chili. Okay, this is our bread is done, and I always bake the baguette at the end, not only to warm up on the other ingredient, but also to have the crispy on the outside. Okay, voila. Well done, everybody.
Looks amazing. How are the folks who are cooking along? Anyone want to show off their baguette if you're brave? Feel free to just raise your hand or unmute and I can spotlight you, but we understand Na sets the bar here. Michelle would like to follow you on Instagram, which is a great kind offer. So I'm going to put the link into the chat. And you can also take Na's classes through Airbnb. So you can learn from her and support her as a small business with her family. So I'm going to find that link too as well. Any questions or final guidance, Na, for everybody? It's been so fun.
All right. So if you don't like tofu, you can use mushroom instead for that, Sari. Or you can use any kind of meat that you would like to add in, chicken or beef steak. Just use any kind of protein that you like. Thank you. Okay.
Hopefully that link worked. There's a lot of letters and numbers in that, but I think I
Oh,
tested.
that look amazing, Jess.
Yay, lots of applause and appreciation. Well, if we don't have any questions, Na, should we take a quick look outside? Are you willing to
Yeah,
take?
for sure. I will need about 2 minutes to set up my camera.
Okay, I'll keep everyone occupied. So Sherry, I wish I knew the answer, but I will tell you that I remember having had pork, very popular in Banh Mi when I've had it before out and about, but Na would definitely be the expert. So everyone, she is going to actually give us a tour of her village, which is really, really cool. So she's just setting up for her cell phone to take us around, and you can see last time we saw the crops that were coming up. So if you want to stick around for this optional post-class mini tour, because we know people have a lot going on, you are welcome to stay. And thank you all so much for the kind comments. I'll make sure to tell Na all of these wonderful things that you have said about her. We really appreciate it. You are invited to continue to return to Tradition Kitchen's classes. Next week, we are doing berry lemon tart. Sorry, had a brain freeze. And then we're also doing a class with Lenka on breakfast buns, lavender, and oh my gosh, I'm totally blanking on all of our classes and their titles, orange and lavender. So we have 2 Monday classes coming up. I want to thank everyone for your generous donations. Sorry, I'm getting a little sleepy on the East Coast, to support the World Central Kitchen. It was so nice to see some of those come in during class. So very optional, but appreciated. And if you want to teach with us, we would love to feature you in the future. So please let us know, cookingwithtradition@gmail.com to sign up. And Shri taught a class before and she's here. And so many of our former teachers return as students. So we welcome everybody to join us. And it looks like Na is outside, so I'm going to add you to the spotlight and hand it back over. Lots of really kind comments. So we'll make sure we send them to you. People were very excited and thanking you.
Yeah, because I don't want people feel wait too long for me. So I'm gonna need to use my motorbike to go to the garden. So if faster, I will need 1 more minute.
Okay, be careful, drive safely.
Yes.
Are we gonna get to see you driving?
Okay.
Turn
this
it
is my
around. Oh my
motorbike.
God, this is an authentic Vietnamese experience.
Okay.
Please be careful. Drive.
Yeah.
slow.
I'm gonna need to unmute myself. So.
This is fun. This is very cool. I am excited. Yes. So our cooking library with all of our past classes, I'm going to put it in the chat so you can watch all the recordings that we have. And we'll put this up. Oh my God, this is so cool. I wish I knew what we were passing, but Na will tell us in a minute or two. But we are on a cool street. It almost feels like Google Maps in real life right now as we're zooming through the streets of Vietnam live. Na is a very good driver. I think we should all agree on that point. I hope she's wearing a helmet. Any other questions I can answer for anybody? Let's see. I don't see any more, so we'll just wait until we get to the garden. So Na shared with us last time that her village is known as the vegetable village of Vietnam, and she showed us the crops. And we were talking before, and she mentioned to me that the peanuts are blooming right now. Blooming, is that the right term? Not sure. They're getting ready to blossom. Peanuts, do they blossom? I'm not sure. They're growing. So it looks like there might have been some rain recently. I see some puddles that Na is bravely going through. Ooh, and now I am beginning to see the beautiful gardens where I remember we were last time. It looks like it's very green. This is so cool. It's like we're FaceTiming with her.
Okay, so I'm gonna need to disconnect for a moment because I turn on my 3G so it can more clear.
Yeah, you got it. No problem. Very cool. I hope that we can all go visit in real life someday. It will be so fun to see Na and her village and enjoy the foods. I definitely encourage you to check out her site and all of the cool classes that she's teaching. Looks like we made it to the gardens. And people going by on bicycles. Very cool.
All right, I'm here.
Okay, take it away.
Yeah, so this is the other side of the village. The first class, I take you into on the back of my house side of the village. And then in the middle, we have main road, that big road in the middle, I just go class. And this is the other side. So around the village, we have 400 families, but only about 35 to 40 families are farmers. Right now, they already bring them vegetable to the market. So it's quite quiet right now. In the morning, most of the farmers, they wake up around 4 a.m. to collect the vegetable and then bring them to the market and sell. Or they can have, they can sell for the wholesaler who come to the village at 6:30 in the morning. And then she will bring everything to the market. Right now is the time for people to watering for them garden. Usually we just do that by hand, like the man over there, he do. Or sometimes we turn on the automatic system, but it's not work really well. Sometimes it cannot reach to the far piece of garden, or sometimes the young vegetable is too weak. So that's why we use hand. And usually that women job, or that for the old men, if they cannot do like builder or another job. In our village, we focus on growing spices like herbs, coriander, basil, mint. We cannot grow much of vegetable. Most of our main vegetables come from the south of Vietnam. Yeah. Right now is the season for peanuts also in Hoi An. During the day, well, people have to water into the garden about 4 or 5 times a day. It depends on how hot the weather is. Today is quite cloudy, but I still have to do that 4 times a day. So in our village, we not use chemical. That's why our vegetable is look quite not nice on the outside. And also it takes longer time to grow. And that's why a lot of birds come and help us at this time. They come and pick the insects and the worm. Sometimes they're stealing the seed as well. We often grow lemongrass around the garden. As I talked at the first class, we often grow them around the garden like natural fence. protect the garden without snake and mosquito. There's a big bush of lemongrass. Always when you harvest lemongrass, you have to be very careful. Use a stick, make some noise, and if it has snake there, it will go out. And usually when we grow one kind of vegetable, we will hold the seed on our hand and throw them around. But sometimes it's getting too narrow in one side and less narrow in the other side. That's why when it gets about this side, we pick it up and then regrow them one by one, line by line. So get more space and grow up bigger. This side we have morning glory or water spinach. Easy to cook, easy to grow, and very cheap price. In this side, this lady should get ready for her market. She have her motorbike nearby, everything in the Baguette. Just get ready her breakfast. To wake up too early, not have time to have breakfast. So this is the way they carry everything to the market. With vegetable, they have a bunch like that. Per day, one farmer, it depends how big her garden is. She can earn about $5 to $10. So it's not very good income. That's why always with a couple, the man will have to go outside looking for another job, like builder, worker, or work for tourists. And this is peanut plant.
No way. This is what a peanut plant looks like? I had no idea.
Yeah, this is peanut plant look like, and this is flower.
It's quite
Okay.
beautiful.
They form underground like potato. Yeah, so when it's ready, we just need to pull it up and we grow them a lot. Peanut is my village. We grow them to make peanut oil, and peanut oil is not the thing that you can buy with money. The farmers always keep for them family. It's like some part of the some country they grow olive oil, but they only want to keep for themselves. Yeah. Oh, here's one is come up here. This is peanut.
Wow, this is awesome. Feel free, we're seeing people reacting in the chat. Cool. Wow. I think we're all kind of in awe. I don't know why I thought, this is not what I pictured when I thought of peanuts. So this is so cool. I should know this because I'm from a state that is known for its peanuts. Rosabelle wants to know, how can you tell when it's ready to be harvested?
Yeah, we wait until the leaf turn to brown. It often take about 3.5 months. But when the leaf start to like no more leaf in the tree, or sometime when you look at here, it have a lot of hole and it turn to very dark color, it means that it's ready to go. Yeah, I'm not a farmer, but my neighbor does, and at that time it have a lot of worms on the leaf. They eat the leaf, but it's not happen to the nuts. So when we harvest it, we have to wear gloves and all of the uniform, make sure the worms cannot go to inside. After peanut is the sesame season. We also grow sesame here, but sesame is come from the plant. It's like bean. It also takes 3.5 months. Per year, we only have one crop for peanut and one crop for sesame. We have 2 crops for rice. Down in the south, they have 3 times because they have order of geographical seasons. They have good weather all the time of year. They don't have hot summer. They don't have cold winter. It's always very nice weather in the south. So that's why they are the main area growing vegetable.
Wow, we can hear the wind. It's very cool. And so this is a community garden. How do you get a space in this garden? And please, if anyone has questions, let me know. I can ask Na. But Na, how do you get a space?
Yeah, actually I don't have any piece of garden here. It belongs to different owner of the farmer. At the beginning, the village, nobody live here. And who come first, they will make their own garden. If they're hardworking, they have big piece of garden. If they are lazy, they have smaller. But after the wartime, our government decided to collect everything back and then divide into equal pieces, that 100 square meter. And then they can have some piece of garden left. And what they're gonna do, they give for soldiers who join the army in the wartime to be respect what they have done for the country in the wartime. They spend their whole life to protect the country. So that a way we respect what they have done. Yeah. And per year we have to pay tax for government, but not much, about $5 per month, but per year.
Wow, so interesting. Well, this is
Yeah.
incredibly amazing to see, and we hope to visit someday. And if you take Na's classes, you can see more of her village and learn about all the things around here. I think we have maybe a few more minutes. Do you want to show us anything else? I see you're pointing.
Oh yeah, we're actually living around and the village in the middle, the garden right in the middle. The village on around, people living on around, and it's not mean the community is not mean that you can come and pick the vegetable for free here. It belongs to farmer, and you have to go and ask them. But usually I went to the market because it's easier to buy. But we know each other very well. Honor the farmer, we know each other very well. Yeah, so I really enjoy to work here in the afternoon or in the morning, in the early morning. So it's more crowded in the morning and the afternoon. In the daytime, like at this time, it's not too crowded. Yep, that's all I want to share with you, everybody.
Yeah, this is so cool. Na, thank you so much for taking the extra time today. Everybody really, really loved learning from you, and they're so appreciative. And we hope hope everyone will enjoy your classes in the future, and your beautiful culture and story is so amazing. So we love having you back, Na, and excited. I will send a follow-up email with all the links so everyone can keep in touch. And anything else you want to say, Na, as we wrap up?
Yes, thank you very much for coming today, and thank you for Jazz and Jessica. You cook along with me. Hope that everybody practice the recipe. If you have any questions, feel free to send me the message through Instagram or through my email. Yeah, I also have Google Business, and I very appreciate that if you give me a search on the Google, because like push up my business on people searches. I have some scam like a few years ago that my old business breaking down with my 10 years recommendation and review. So I had to build that again in the past 5 years and keep doing that. So I'm very appreciate if you can give me a search on Google. That's it. Thank you.
Of course. Yes, we will do that. We'll send out all these reminders to everyone. So thank you. We hope you have a great day and good evening and afternoon to everyone else. This was so lovely. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.